Hello viewers, learners, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pms Edu Dex Toxin Training. 40 days of challenges, how to build or how to learn to speak English. Day 4. Dear viewers and learners, be patient. Why? Because daily 25 minutes you have to patiently sit and watch my video, podcasting or channel. I know your times are precious, valuable time. Thanks for spending time with my channel, podcasting. Sit patiently and watch the video. Definitely you can learn to speak English. The day 4, we are going to learn about the basic verbs and the formations and the structure of English. Be patient and watch this video. Let's go and let's get started. The day 4. Basic questions, formation and its methods. Start with question words. Questions often begin with question words like who, what, where, when, why and how. The last video we learned about WH questions of be verb, present and past. So the same it's going to be, it start with W and H question. We start with the word. Example, what is your favorite color? Use helping verbs, auxiliaries. Next I'm going to explain elaborately what is helping verb or what is main verb, what is auxiliary verbs and what is helping verb. And also I'm going to teach you the mixed verbs. Let's see one by one. Most questions in English require the use of helping verbs like yes or do, does, can, will, etc. So these are we call as using helping verbs. Examples, are you coming to the party? So here the helping verbs you can easily identify. The helping is going to be are. And what would it be the main verb? Coming. I'll teach you one by one. In what word order? In English, the word order changes in questions. Usually, the subject and helping verb are inverted. Examples, she is reading book. It's a statement. Is she reading a book? Question. We learned the previous videos, we learned about how to ask questions. Yes or no questions. To form yes or no questions, start with a helping verb followed by the subject. Example, does he like pizza? WH questions. WH questions seek specific information and start with question words. We learned how to frame a sentence and how to ask a question. Example, where did you go yesterday? So this may guide you. You can learn a lot from WH question in the previous videos even. Tag questions. Tag question means, very shortly we ask questions. Let's see. Tag questions are added at the end of a sentence to seek confirmation. Example, you are coming to the meeting, aren't you? Subject questions. Subject questions focus on the subject and often begin with question words. Example, who ate all the cookies? Alternative questions. Alternative questions present choices and often use or to separate options. Example, do you want tea or coffee? Indirect questions. Indirect questions are embodied with sentence and do not follow typical questions word order. Example, she asked me if I could help. Rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions are asked for effect and don't require an answer. Example, can't you do anything right? Remember that the structure of a question may vary based on the tense, formality, and context of the conversation. These rules provide a basic framework, but there can be exception and variations. The next we are going to learn about direct and indirect object. This is the main structure for the sentence. Let's see what is direct object and what is indirect object. Direct object, when you ask question what, whom, then indirect object is to whom. So this is easily to identify direct object and indirect object. So let's see one after one after. I'm going to explain elaborately. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that receives the action of a verb directly. It answers the question what or whom after the verb. So here you have to point out after the verb. Understand? For example, she read a book. In this sentence, a book is the direct object because it receives the action of the verb read after the verb. In direct object, on the other hand, it's a noun or pronoun that indicates to whom or for whom the action of the verb is done. It usually comes before the direct object and answers the question to whom or for whom. For example, she gave me a book. In this sentence, me is the indirect object because it tells us to whom the action of giving is done. And a book is the indirect object. Again, I like to repeat. She gave me a book. In this sentence, me is the indirect object because it tells us to whom the action of giving is done. And a book is the direct object. So in summary, direct objects receive the action of the verb directly, while indirect objects it indicates to whom or for whom the action is performed. I hope you can understand me. The main structure for the sentence, direct and indirect object. Next, we are going to see about, I'm going to guide you in the way that you need to identify the helping verb, main verb, and mixed verbs. Let's see one by one. So next, it's really important, the structure of English, the structure of grammar. Helping verb, which is main verbs. I'm going to give you very short formation how to identify helping verb and main verb. For example, Raju is reading a book. It's easy. You can identify Raju is subject. Yes is a be verb. We call as again helping verb. And the reading, the main verb plus ing, the continuous formation, and book is an object. We learned. Clear? Raju is reading a book. Here you can easily identify the subject, helping verb, main verb, and the object. Clear? So let's see one after one. Get started, and I'm going to give you through examples, more examples. I'm going to explain again. Function and its usage. Okay, let's see about the function. Helping verbs. These verbs assist the main verb in expressing tense, mood, voice, or aspect. They do not usually carry the primary meaning of the sentence. Main verbs. Main verbs, also called action verbs or linking verbs, convey the primary action or state of being in a sentence. Usage. Helping verbs, they are used in conjunction with main verbs to create verb phrase. For example, I'm eating or she will sing. Main verbs, they are the core of the sentence and carry the primary meaning. Examples in the sentence, I'm eating. Eating is the main verb indicating the action I explained. Examples of helping verbs. Be verb, am, is, or, was, were, etc. Used to indicate various tense. Example, she is running. Have, formation of verbs, have, has, and the persons of had, used to form the perfect tense. Example, they have finished. Will, shall, can, could, may, might, must, should, etc. So here, the modals and auxiliaries used to express modalities. Example, I can swim. Examples of main verbs. Action verbs. These verbs represent physical and mental actions. For example, she dances beautifully. Now we are talking about, I'm going to guide you, linking verbs. These verbs connect the subject to a subject, complement, in pocket, adjective, noun, or pronoun, and describe a state of being. For example, he is a doctor. So doctor is going to be a complement. Function in a sentence. Helping verbs, they work in conjunction with the main verbs to provide additional information about the action or state. For example, I have been studying all night. In this sentence, have and been are helping verbs that indicate the perfect continuous tense. Main verbs, they carry the primary meaning and describe what the subject is doing or being. For example, in the sentence, she dances beautifully. Dances is the main verb describing the action. Helping verbs. I'm running. The helping verb am indicates the present continuous tense. She has finished her homework. The helping verb has indicates the present perfect tense. They will arrive soon. The helping verb will indicate future tense. He was sleeping. The helping verb was indicate the past continuous tense. You could pass the test. The helping verb could indicate possibility. We have been waiting for hours. The helping verb have indicates the present perfect continuous tense. She might join us later. The helping verb might indicate the possibility. They should study more. The helping verb should indicates advice or obligation. I'm going to the store. The helping verb am combined with going indicates future plans. He can swim well. The helping verb can indicates ability, the main verbs. She runs every morning. The main verb runs indicate the action. They ate dinner. The main verb ate indicates the action in the past. I will sing a song. The main verb sing indicates the future action. He paints beautiful pictures. The main verb paints indicates the action. You should study more. The main verb study indicates the action. We love watching movies. The main verb love indicates the action. The cat is on the table. The main verb acts as a linking verb, connecting cat to its state on the table. She became a doctor. The main verb became indicates to change of the state. Mixed example. This we call mixed verbs even. They have been playing shows. The helping verbs have and been combined with the main verb. So you can easily find out which is a supporting verb and which is a main verb. And this we call mixed verbs. Playing create the present perfect continuous tense. He was eating breakfast when the phone rang. The helping verb was combined with the main verb. Eating forms the past continuous tense. I will be working late tonight. The helping verbs will and be combined with the main verb working. Create the future continuous tense. She could have passed the test if she had studied. The helping verbs could, have, and had combined with the main verb past indicate a conditional action. They might be traveling to Europe next summer. The helping verbs might and be combined with the main verb traveling create the future continuous tense. You should have listened to the advice. The helping verbs should and have combined with the main verb listened indicate a missed opportunity. These examples illustrate how helping verbs and main verbs work together to express different tense, moods, and aspects in sentence. Dear viewers and learners, next we are going to see regular verbs and irregular verbs. This is the part of the structure in sentence. So let's see one after one. What is regular? What's irregular? So I'm going to teach you how to identify regular and irregular verbs. Very easily I'm going to educate you. Regular verbs the verb end with ed. Irregular verbs, the tense it changes. The three format: present, past, past participle. I hope you easily grasp the things. The verb or a word end with ed we call regular verb. When the tense changes into the three form: present, past, past participle. Let's see one by one. Regular verbs. Regular verbs follow a predicatable pattern when forming their past tense and past participle forms. They typically add ed to the base form of the verb. So, which is what do you mean by base verb? Present verb. That we call as a base verb. So, examples of regular verbs: walk. Walk is a base form. Walked. So, word end with ed is the past tense. And again, the past participle is end with ed, walked, past participle. Play, base form, played, past tense, played, past participle. So you can easily identify regular verb. Now let's learn about how to identify irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Irregular verbs do not follow a consistent pattern when forming their past tense and past participle forms. Each irregular verb has its unique way of changing forms. I told you earlier, when the tense changes into the third format. Examples of irregular verbs: go, it's a base form. Went, past tense. Gone, past participle. Break, it's a base form. Broke, past tense. Broken, past participle. I'm going to explain more on regular and irregular verbs. The main difference is that regular verbs have a standard ed ending for their past tense and past participle, while irregular verbs have varying forms that need to be memorized. So, irregular verb you have to memorize. Okay. There are over 200 irregular verbs in English, and their irregularities can include vowel changes, completely different words, or other unique modifications. Learning the distinction between regular and irregular verbs is essential for understanding verb conjugation in English. Dear viewers and learners, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching the first time Pms Edu Dex, subscribe and hit all button and click below the video file for your reference. You can download and go through one after when you have free time, and spread the news for the globe and the humanity where you live. Thank you very much.